Let's move on. Let's move on. Favorite Jeff Hardy moment. I'm gonna go
Oh,
Royal Rumble 2000, the Swanton on. I think it was either Devon or Bubba Ray Dudley, but the WrestleMania 17 when Edge speared him off the top of that ladder. Jeff Hardy, one of the best ladder wrestlers. Anytime, whenever you want to see the Swanton or you want to see him jump off a ladder, jump off the ring. Him, to me, there's him, Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, rest his soul, Eddie Guerrero. As far as guys you want to see in a ladder or doing some type of jump or dive, man, that was the type of. I mean, I just love the types of punishment and the toll he took, and he just entertained the fans, man. So I would say the Royal Rumble 2000 and WrestleMania 17. Who wants to go? Go ahead, champ.
I'll take this one. 2002 ladder match, Monday Night Raw, Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker.
Whew.
That's a good one.
That was a rub, even to this day, like we've never seen before. Whenever you get the approval of the dead man, that's something to behold. And the thing is, it's just unfortunate. I don't know what happened. I have to go back and look. But I thought that was the beginning of the best part when he faced the Undertaker in that ladder match. And as we all know, the Undertaker is not a ladder match type of guy. But for them to have one of the best ladder matches that you've ever want to see, and for him to have that, you just knew for sure that, yeah, the Undertaker's not going to win this. You just knew it. It's just like, as the match went on, you knew for some reason, it's just like, the Undertaker's not going to win. He's not going to win. But for him to finally get the better of him, and as Taker's pulling off on the bike, he said, "Hey, Taker, I'm still standing." And you thought Taker was about to go in there and just beat the snot out of Jeff Hardy. Instead, he raised his arm up and does some things that was a great rub. I've never, that's the best rub I've ever seen. Like I said, you don't see too many, but especially for it to be on national television on a Monday Night Raw. But when you get a rub like that from the dead man, it's kind of like when you get a rub from the dead man, from the Undertaker. It's kind of like getting. It's kind of like finally getting that approval from that one uncle or your grandfather who is just hard to please. Once you get that stamp of approval from him, it's on from there. Because Undertaker had so much pull. Remember, Miz got kicked out of the locker room at one point, and he had to dress in the bathrooms, in the public bathroom, and Taker was able to get him back into the locker room.
Right.
Undertaker did that.
Yep.
So when you get a rub from Taker, that is something to behold. So I have to say the best Jeff Hardy moment was Raw 2002 when he faced The Undertaker and put on one hell of a ladder match. And like I said, Undertaker's not a ladder match guy, but for him to go out there and perform like that and get that rub from The Undertaker, that was something special to behold. And look, I'm not going to take up all the ones, but anytime you had Jeff Hardy in a TLC match, you knew it was going to be something special. You knew it was going to be something special. But I have to say that Undertaker moment, that was Jeff Hardy and The Undertaker. Like I said, it's kind of like finally getting that approval from your father or your uncle that you know is hard to please. And you got that rub from to say, you're the next guy. And you take off. That was special.
BRF.
Oh man, Jeff Hardy moment. Anything? I mean, good lord. Anytime he jumped off of something high, like the WrestleMania 2000 Swanton, Champ brought up Royal Rumble 2000 off of the higher terrace, off of the balcony,
No, I did.
and Madison Square Garden against the Dudleys. Like just, I mean, Lord. On Lord, he had some crazy TNA spots too when he went over to TNA. The Bound for Glory spot where he came off of he found like the highest spot that he could at the entryway in the arena, like, and he just jumped like completely off through Abyss through two tables. Not a lot of people are going to talk about it because of how it ended, but if he didn't have his issues, that 2011 heel run would have been like one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Had he not had his demons hadn't snuck back on him again, like that heel work he did in 2011, I didn't think he was capable of doing it. But the fact that he got fans to like literally hate his guts, to being as beloved, going from being as beloved as a wrestler to being one of the most hated professional wrestlers on the planet was just one of the coolest things ever. Because just seeing Jeff Hardy from that, it's kind of like what we're about to see from John Cena starting next week. So it's just insane. My favorite Jeff Hardy moment, though, it has to be Armageddon 2008, where he finally won the WWE Championship against Triple H and Edge in that triple threat. I mean, that one for me, for Jeff Hardy, is still the moment, because we have all these debates and everything alike about who's the greatest wrestler that was never a world champion, who's the greatest wrestler that was never a world champion. Jeff Hardy's name started to enter these conversations with the Owen Harts, with the Mr. Perfects, with the Ravishing Rick Rudes. Like, his name was starting to come up as best wrestlers that didn't win the WWE title. And for that match, and if you haven't seen the Armageddon 2008 triple threat, y'all need to watch it, because that is easily one of the more underrated matches of all three of their careers. When we're talking about Jeff Hardy, we're talking about Triple H, we're talking about Edge. One of the more underrated matches of all three of their careers. That match was done. The storytelling was amazing. Like, you're thinking, oh gosh, it's like every time Edge and Jeff Hardy get in a situation where a singles championship on the line, Edge finds a way to outlast him. And then the Swanton, and then it was Edge that he actually pinned to win the WWE Championship, and the celebration afterwards. Because then it was Jeff was WWE champion, and Matt Hardy was the ECW champion at the time. So for both of them to be like, world champions of their brands at the same time, it was almost like it was the we made it moment for the Hardys. Them both being, granted, the WWE Championship was the pinnacle of the championships at the time, and the ECW title had lost a lot of luster. But even still, they were both wearing gold, and it was a cool thing to see. The celebration afterwards, and you could just see the emotion just flowing out of him, because it was a long time coming. He had already gone through so much, and for him, for the WWE to put that kind of faith in him, to give him the WWE Championship like that, you could just see the emotion flowing out of him. And I think for me, that's still the Jeff Hardy moment for me, because there was a point in time where I didn't think I was going to get to see it. And since then, he's won a few singles world championships. So shout out to Jeff Hardy. Definitely shout out to Jeff Hardy. One of the unsung heroes of the professional wrestling industry. His, taking risk, and some of the stories he's been in, and what him and Matt did for tag team wrestling, late 90s, early 2000s. He's definitely first ballot Hall of Fame when his career's done. But for me, it's just Armageddon 2008 just stands out for me with the storytelling, and him winning the WWE Championship for the first time. It was just one of those things where it was just like so well crafted. And then the SmackDown afterwards, the big celebration, all the fireworks, the WWE Championship coronation ceremony for him. It was just, that was one of those moments where, if you were a fan of Jeff Hardy, you finally felt vindicated and validated for all the work that he put in and all the trouble that he had gotten into and getting his life together. You felt validated for him. So my moment is when he won his first WWE title.